Okay, getting lots of emails from everyone regarding they want to start playing some blues, or they want to start playing a blues scale. Alright, so we're going to start it very, very basic at the beginning so everyone understands everything, and we're building that solid foundation that we like to have everyone have to build off of it at the next level, at nextlevelguitar.com. Okay, so this one I'm going to base it off the minor pentatonic scale. So if you don't know, and all we'll do is we'll do the box. So in this one, eventually we're going to blast it over the whole neck. I'm going to teach expanded shapes to get you playing over the whole neck very fast. So if you don't know the minor pentatonic box shape, the basic box shape, go to the module on that and learn that scale, and then come back to this one, okay? Because I'm basing that one off this. And that shape, just going to come in a little closer here so you can see the neck a little better. That shape is basically, if I play it in A, remember, it's all the box, the basic box is based off this low E string root, low E string. And if you go to the 5th fret, that's an A note. So you put your first finger on the A note and you play the scale. And you're playing an A, C, D, E, G. And just repeat them. That's the shape. That's the scale. Okay, you should know that already before coming into this one. If you don't, go to the module on minor pentatonic on that box shape, basic box shape, and learn that one. Root, flat 3rd, 4th, 5th, flat 7. Okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do is we're going to turn that into the blues scale, because what happens is we're going to add one note to that scale, and it now becomes the blues scale. And I pretty much use it whenever I'm playing minor pentatonic. I just play minor pentatonic and blues because that blue note works a lot. And it's not just for blues music. You hear that note all the time in alternative and rock and metal and in jazz, country, whatever. That blue note, that flatted 5th, that's the blue note. That gives a lot of color and provides some tension. Okay, so that's a great note to add to the scale. So let me show you where we're going to put that in, and I want you to practice this. Okay, I'll pull it a little tighter here so you can see the neck a little better. And I'll tell you what, let's play it here in G, right on the 3rd fret. Okay, let me just get the neck a little higher. Alright, here we go. There's a nice tight shot of that guitar neck. This beautiful rosewood Fender Stratocaster. Actually, let's play it in A. Okay, we're playing it in A because it's going to be at the 5th fret. This is an A note. Remember, the notes on the neck, very, very important that you know them. Low E string and A string, extremely important you know those, because a lot of these scales and chords are going to have roots on those two strings that you want to grab quickly. Arpeggios when we get to that, so you're going to make sure that you know the notes on the neck. Pretty cold, and if you don't, go to our module in the intermediate section on notes on the fretboard and learning those fretboard notes. That's critical for every guitar player. Okay, so here we go. Let's play this actually in the key of A. So we're going to play the minor pentatonic shape, which you should know, the basic box shape, like this. Right? Okay, and you know that shape already. So we're going to add one note. We're going to add the blue note to that, making it minor pentatonic blues scale, or what you might hear referred to all the time as the blues scale. Then the note we're adding is the flat 5. The flatted 5th is the blues note, the blue note, so to speak, okay? And that note is right here. Okay? That in the key of, we're in A, that note's in E flat. I'm at the 6th fret on the A string. And that note will repeat right here. Okay, and that note is at the 8th fret on the G string. Right? So we're going to add that to the scale. So if you're playing it, we'll do it with the fingering first and then the notes. Remember, you just don't want to remember the shape. You want to remember the notes and the intervals. Remember, minor pentatonic, 5 notes, 5, penta, meaning 5. A pentatonic scale has 5 notes. In this instance, we're playing the minor pentatonic scale, which is 5 notes from the natural minor scale, or Aeolian mode. Root, flat 3rd, 4th, 5th, flat 7th. We're now adding one more note to that. We're adding the blue note. So you get root, flat 3rd, 4th, flat 5. Okay? Root, flat 3rd, 4th, flat 5, 5, and flat 7. Okay? So it sounds like this. Watch when I add it in. There it is right there. So you play a 1, 4, playing the A and the C on the low E string. Then on the A string, I do this 1, 2, 3. Isn't that cool? You get that chromatic movement with the blue note. So you're playing the D, E flat, and E notes. Here's the first 5. Then you play the same 1, 3 fingering on that G and A notes. Looks like this so far. I'm trying to pull my other 2 fingers out so you could see it a little better. Okay, then on the G string you're going to do the same 1, 3, but you're going to add your finger because there's the blue note again. That E flat note. Okay, and then you do the same as you did before on the B and the high E string. Okay, using that 1, 4, 1, 4, playing that E, G, A, and C notes. So let's descend it. Pinky, add that blue note. There's that blue note. Okay, I want you to work that scale up. Alright, so it's going to sound like this. Blue note. Blue note. Okay, that's a very, very important note, this blue note. Flatted 5. Now remember, this is what's so great about this particular one shape. You want to learn them all, but we're starting with this one. It's the most common. If you want to change the key, like if you're playing it in, I'm playing it now in A at the 5th fret. If I want to play it in G, just move the whole shape down to the G note, or down a whole step. So I play it starting on the G with my first finger at the 3rd fret on the low E. Play the same exact shape, that 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4 fingering. Or if I want to play it up here in B, I just move my first finger up to the B note at the 7th fret. And play the same shape again. Okay? So, I want you to get that scale down, and I'm going to have diagrams. We're going to have diagrams of these scales so you can look at them on paper, and those are going to be in the written lessons section of nextlevelguitar.com of the website, and you can print those out and have those in front of you. And I cleverly, on the diagrams, the black dot is the root notes in all my handouts or reference materials. The blue note, the blue note is actually, I have it colored in blue, Tim. How did I ever think of that? Blue note, I make blue. Super genius! The blue note's blue. And the black dots are the root notes. So when you're playing this scale, in whatever key you're playing, I want you to make sure you make a mental note when you pass through the root note and when you pass through the blue note. Okay? For instance, let's do it again in A. Okay? And we're going to play, start it with our first finger right on a root note on A. Let's see if you can find them. Then you play your 4th finger on the C. First finger goes on the D. Guess what? There's my blue note. 2nd finger on that E flat. There's my E note, the 3rd finger. Then I go to my 1st finger on the G. 3rd finger, there's another root note on the A. Right? 1st finger on that C note. 3rd finger on the D. Aha! Pinky, there's the blue note. Make that mental note. Pinky on the high E, there's my A note. That's a killer scale, and you're going to be using that all the time. I'll play like a Stevie Ray lick that he would do, something like. See, I'm hammering off. Here's how I can get that color, or that tension from that blue note. That was my dog Samantha, just hit the camera. Sorry about that. For some reason, she has to, when she's in the studio when we're filming, lay right underneath the camera, underneath the tripod. Why does she do that, Tim?
She wants to be by you.
She just lies under the camera, and then she gets up when she has to get a drink or something. She's whack. Dogs are clumsy. They just smash into everything like a bull in a china cat. A chop. A cat can walk. You ever notice that, man? A cat can walk across a telephone line wire. Dogs, it's like they just get out of the way. Move it. I'm going to play a few licks for you, which we'll get into, but just to show you what this scale sounds like. I'm using that blue note. There's that blue note again. I'm not even moving out of this position. On that blue note. There it is again. Right? There it is again. Maybe I'll use this one a little more. Slide it like... I'm not doing much, but I just want to show you. So I'm just kind of messing around just to show you how that note really sounds good, and Stevie Ray Vaughan would do that a lot. Descend down and then hammer off the blue note. And then hit the root. Right? I hammered onto that root note. That's a cool lick. Or like I was playing this lick before. I was just descending, I was going ascending up the scale. And then descending. Here I'm hitting a slide on that blue note, or reverse slide. Alright, just kind of having fun. So I want you to memorize, get down the notes, get down this scale. Soon you'll be able, we'll load up some jam tracks at nextlevelguitar.com, and you'll be able to play a backing track, which is a full band minus the lead guitar, and you'll be able to play the scale over it and have fun with it and start to work on your licks, which we're going to work on in future modules. But now that's a great scale to start with. Get that minor pentatonic box shape, okay, with your first finger on the root note on the low, off the low E string. That's how you know what key it's in, and put that blue note in it. There it is. There it is. Okay, have fun, and we will see you in the next lesson. Practice, practice the right things.